Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the John Drummond Hoops Podcast. I am your host, John Drummond, aka Top Tier Analyst, and this is where we talk all things basketball all the time. Now, I have a great episode for you guys laid out today, and we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers, who lost in 5 games against Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, and the Denver Nuggets. We're going to talk a little bit about the Denver Nuggets. We're going to talk about the matchup that we have coming up with the Denver Nuggets versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, which I think will be the best playoff series in the whole playoffs this season. But at first, I just want to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, we have 2 great players in LeBron James and Anthony Davis who came and did what they were supposed to do. There are a little bit of flaws throughout the 5-game series, but we will get to that later. Anthony Davis averaged about 31 points, 16 rebounds on some great efficiency, on top of being one of the best defensive players in the league and the best defensive player on the floor. LeBron James averaged 26 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. I am sure this is just me spitballing, but I'm sure that he averaged around that. The thing I want to talk about with this series is the help around. You know, I don't think anybody on the Lakers team could have played the way that Michael Porter Jr. played this game. I don't think anybody could have had the impact that Aaron Gordon had for the Denver Nuggets. And that's the problem with the Lakers. The Lakers are a good team. Don't get me wrong. The Lakers are a good team, but they are not cohesive as the Denver Nuggets are. And that's what potentially lost them the game, because when we look, there's games where we're up 10, we're up 20, we're up 12, we go up 11. The thing is, the talent is not the problem. You know, the top 2 talent with LeBron James and Anthony Davis is up there with the top 2 talent of Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic. But the thing is, what stops it every single time is the coaching and the players around it. You can say that Anthony Davis and LeBron James match the productivity of Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. But when we look at guys like D'Angelo Russell, who went a night where he shot 0 for 7, we have Rui Hachimura, who struggled on the offensive side of the ball and struggled to play defense. Jared Vanderbilt, who's a great perimeter defender, didn't play this series due to injury, but when he does play, he's kind of an offensive liability due to the fact that he can't shoot. So going into the offseason, Rob Pelinka already addressed that he has 3 first-round picks that he would love to spend this offseason to go get another star. Guys like Trae Young, guys like Donovan Mitchell, if the Cavs do not win in the first round. But that is not the route that I would like to see the Lakers go, because where we have seen the Phoenix Suns this year, I think that is the last time we need to see the Big 3 era in the NBA for the foreseeable future. Even when they traded for Russell Westbrook, it doesn't work out. You gave up guys like KCP, guys like Kyle Kuzma, multiple first-round picks. Now, they did recover from that, but I don't think the Big 3 era is what the move is for the Los Angeles Lakers, just for the simple fact is you have guys that can produce. We say LeBron James will be 40 in December. We have Anthony Davis, who just came off one of the best seasons, the best season in his Lakers tenure, the best regular season in his Lakers tenure. And I think after this playoff run, we can really give the keys to Anthony Davis. And I know we have been saying that for the past 2 seasons, but I really think this is a year where AD can go out and average 28, 12, and 3, maybe 2.5 blocks. And LeBron James can be a 22, 9, and 8 type of player, because he's 40 years old. We cannot keep putting the offensive responsibility on LeBron James. So forget trading the first-round picks. If you keep your first-round pick this year, or if you have your first-round pick next year, that pick should be untouchable. You have to think about the future of this team. You have to think about the future of this team, because if we are another first-round exit again and we don't have any first-round picks to show for it, somebody's going to get fired. Somebody's going to get fired. People are going to get traded. We're going to go into panic mode, and the Lakers risk all those first-round picks for 1 championship and 1 playoff run. Now, for a lot of franchises, like, yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that. But this is the Los Angeles Lakers. I think they have 18 banners in that building. This is guys where Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, James Worthy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Pau Gasol. These are a lot of Hall of Fame players that have worn purple and gold. You are not satisfied with 1 championship and 1 playoff run in the span of 5 years. With LeBron James, the face of the NBA, and possibly the best defensive player in Anthony Davis. And a lot of people could say the best player that LeBron James has had next to him. So that's where That's my stance on it. There's a lot of high-level role players I think you can go get this summer due to free agency, due to trading. There's guys like Dorian Finney-Smith, point of attack defender, can shoot the open ball from three. He is up there on the defensive side of the basketball with Jared Vanderbilt, but he has that jump shot to add on to it. Another guy from the Brooklyn Nets, Cameron Johnson. This is a guy that shoots very well. His game fits with LeBron James and Nikola Jokic perfectly. I think they found that high pick and roll, and if you have the right shooters around them for that with that very offense, it works just fine. It works just fine. There are teams like the Brooklyn Nets who are going to need first-round picks. If you can give them a first-round pick, who knows? I think guys like Max Christie need to get more minutes. I think he could have got Spencer Dinwiddie's minutes. Or I think in the very last possession of the game, put Vando in. The season is on the line. Vando is the type of guy who is lengthy, who could have fought through that screen from Jokic and contested that shot, and we go to overtime. Anyway, that's all I have to say about the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if a big star is on the way to Los Angeles, but I don't think that they have enough to give. So I really think we need to build a roster that works around LeBron James and Anthony Davis, because we've seen it. We've seen it. I am very adamant on the 2021 Lakers post-bubble championship being the best Lakers team in the entire tenure. You have guys like Montrezl Harrell, who just came off of a Sixth Man of the Year award. Dennis Schroeder, who was the runner-up in the Sixth Man award that year. You have Marc Gasol. You have Kyle Kuzma. You still have KCP. You have Alex Caruso. That team was very, very good. That team was very good. I think we need to get back to that. Anyway, to move on to the very next subject, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Denver Nuggets. Now, this is, in my opinion, going to be the best playoff series all playoffs long. We have guys like Anthony Edwards, Nikola Jokic, Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, Jamal Murray. We have great role players in Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Naz Reid, Mike Conley, Aaron Gordon, KCP, Peyton Watson. It's gonna be a series. It's gonna be a show. We have guys like Denver, who is probably the best ran offense in the league, versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, who is the best defense in the league. And I forgot to even mention Jaden McDaniels. Can't forget about him. So if I'm the Timberwolves coming into the series, the matchups look like this. I'm putting Anthony Edwards on Michael Porter Jr. I'm putting Mike Conley on KCP. I'm putting Jaden McDaniels on Jamal Murray. I'm putting Karl Anthony Towns on Nikola Jokic. And I'm putting Rudy Gobert on Aaron Gordon. The reason I put Michael Conley on KCP, Michael Conley is undersized. I don't think he is the defensive player that can keep up with Jamal Murray, especially if we have the perimeter defense of Anthony Edwards and Jaden McDaniels. I think Mike Conley could play himself off the floor just a little bit in this series. We could see Nickeil Alexander-Walker get a lot more minutes in this series. And the thing I want to point out is Mike Conley is going to get attacked. There is going to be a way where we get a switch of Jamal Murray on Mike Conley, or a switch of Michael Porter Jr. on Mike Conley. And that is what the Nuggets are going to want all series. That's what the Nuggets are going to want all series. So you have to hide Conley as much as possible. And it's not even the fact that I think Mike Conley is a liability, but with the height and the length that Michael Porter Jr. has, you do not want to see Michael Porter Jr. being guarded by Mike Conley, especially after the series that Michael Porter Jr. just had. Now, why would I have Karl Anthony Towns guarding Rudy Gobert? It's simple. Rudy Gobert is a rim protector. I like his perimeter defense, but you can tell that it's weaker than the other. And Jokic is a guy that can pull you out of the paint very simple, very easily, and very fast. So my thing would be Rudy Gobert is the roamer around the basket, maybe guarding Aaron Gordon on the baseline and staying in that area where if he has to help, he's going to be there. On the offensive side of the basketball, I think Anthony Edwards' game is going to convert into the next round. I would love to see Mike Conley shoot the ball well. I would love to see Karl Anthony Towns play well. I think Karl Anthony Towns is the X factor for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Is he going to come out and is he going to play well? He played extremely well against the Phoenix Suns. You know, Karl Anthony Towns used to be the guy where, if we have to pick anybody on this Minnesota Timberwolves team to go at constantly, it's going to be Karl Anthony Towns. It was not like that this past series. Karl Anthony Towns really showed an effort on defense, and I love that for the Timberwolves going into next series. But as far as for the Denver Nuggets, are we still going to get those contributive minutes from Peyton Watson, Christian Brown, Reggie Jackson? Even DeAndre Jordan had some minutes in game 1 where he was effective. So that's where I begin to have my questions about Denver. Now, we know that it's not going to be an issue, or we would assume that it's not going to be an issue, but when you have a team like Minnesota who is so deep into that roster, you have to, guys like Peyton Watson, guys like Christian Brown, even Reggie Jackson, I think it was game 5, he could not miss. So are we going to continue to get that from a team like the Denver Nuggets? All in all, I still think this is going to go a 7-game series, but I think Denver's going to pull it out in 7. I think Denver's going to pull it out in 7. I think this is going to be a great series. It's going to be back and forth haymakers. I think it's going to be a great series. It's going to be phenomenal. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys like this type of content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm out.